Well, greetings and salutations. This is Rick. I do hope you're having a great day. I'm on a little tour of the Cotswolds at the moment, but I thought I would make this video because lots of people have been asking me about it. So this video is all about low carb, high fat. Now, some of you may or may not know I've been doing low carb, high fat lifestyle, and I know some of you have expressed misgivings about it, and I sort of, in a way, I was kind of agreeing in some degrees with you. And so what I did a couple of weeks ago was I had some full baseline blood works done, just to see, because I've literally been on this for about coming into 4 months now, just to see how I was doing and just to make sure I wasn't doing anything sort of in the background that was kind of detrimental to my own health. And I had a full blood works done. I had it done privately. I got my results back a couple of weeks ago, and I was absolutely blown away by the results. This was a blood works that doesn't just give you like your cholesterol, it gives you the full breakdown, you know, the HDL or the LDL cholesterol, and everything, every single measurement, liver function, thyroid function, cholesterol, iron levels, everything was absolutely smack bang in the middle where it was supposed to be. And I was really chuffed about that, because I know that before Christmas I had high cholesterol, and my cholesterol levels were up to about 7.7. And since doing this high carb, low fat lifestyle, I'm not calling it a diet, I'm doing it as a lifestyle, and I'm hopefully going to be on it for the rest of time. The numbers came back and they basically ticked all the boxes and said, just keep doing what you're doing, everything checks out, and it's brought your cholesterol down to the levels it's supposed to be at. So I'm now a 4.8. At one point I was a 5.5, then I went down to 4.9, and now I'm this proper professional blood works that I've had done showed I was at 4.8, and I had good numbers of the good cholesterol, which was I can never remember if it's the HDL or the LDL, but I looked it up at the time, and I had good numbers of the good cholesterol. So I'm really happy about that. Now here's the thing, just to kind of reinforce that what I've been doing is right for me, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is right for everyone, but I have been searching for a long time to find the foods that I can eat that don't make me ill. And I've tried pretty much everything out there. I mean, heck, I even joined Banana Girls forums at one stage and started eating like crazy numbers of bananas a day, and it made me ill. So it just was not for me. Not, you know, it might be for other people, but it is not for me. So anyway, just to kind of reinforce everything that I've now come to believe about this low carb, high fat diet, for the last week I basically stepped off the wagon and I allowed myself to eat anything I wanted for 1 week. Now, I've been doing this low carb, high fat lifestyle for nearly 4 months. I thought I'm going to take 1 week off just so that I can indulge and kind of eat bad foods and just kind of give myself the the opportunity to not feel like I'm missing out on stuff. And literally it's been day 5 now, and already the headaches have come back. I feel lethargic. I've put on almost 3/4 of a stone, which there's 14 pounds in a stone, so I put on about 9 pounds in weight. I feel awful. My digestive system is all over the place, and this is what always happened to me whenever I got involved with eating any kind of grains. I've been eating bread, I've been having hot cross buns, I've been having pizza, I've been having burgers in buns and things like that. I've just been totally indulging for 1 week, but today all of the leftover bread, all of the leftover items I have thrown away, and I'm going back now to the low carb, high fat, and I shall be on it again for another probably 3, maybe 4 months before I allow myself a week of indulgence again. And I've basically signed up with this system. It's called Thriver, I think, and every 4 months you do a blood test with them, and they basically they monitor all of the important levels while I'm doing this lifestyle. As long as those blood tests keep coming back and showing me that I'm in the green, I'm going to be carrying on with this lifestyle. And this week of indulgence has been a real reminder and a reinforcement to me of why it is I'm doing this low carb, high fat. Because so often in the past, my digestive system was so bad. Some days I just couldn't leave the house. It was really, really awful. I felt awful all the time. I felt lethargic all the time, and I just didn't do well on kind of normal, what people would consider normal foods. I tried the whole everything in moderation thing and all that, and none of it was working for me, and I was just ill all the time. But since doing this low carb, high fat diet, I've had energy, I've had faster thinking, I've wanted to do stuff. And it's just, I feel like it started to give me my life back. And so, like I say, this isn't everybody's kind of diet. This isn't a one size fits all thing. It's taken me a long time, but it's taken me probably close to a decade to find what's working for me, and I'm so pleased, because I've even started to notice a lot of the anxiety issues have started to go away. For example, before, when I was on the normal eating, so-called normal eating, if somebody said, come on, let's head out to such and such to sort of go camping or whatever, I had to really, really think twice about whether I was going to be able to sort of go out that day. Booking appointments and things was a nightmare for me. But now, what I've noticed after 4 months of doing this low carb is that how can I put it? I don't think twice. I just grab my keys, grab my coat, and off I go. I don't have to think twice. Is my stomach going to let me go out? It's settled everything down. I'm starting to get my life back. So for me, it's been a godsend. And I think, like I say, I'm going to be doing this lifestyle for the rest of my life. And again, I'm not recommending anybody else does this until you figure out what works for you. Different things work for different people. We're not all cast in the same mold. Now, one of the things that I forgot to mention on this blood test, I didn't mention anything about the fact that I was on a low carb, high fat diet. And that was because I didn't want any kind of bias on the results, because I know that the results are overseen by a doctor, and they actually write up some notes for you. And so I didn't want, I wasn't sure whether the doctor that would be overlooking the results of this blood test would actually have any knowledge of the benefits of low carb, high fat, because it goes against conventional thinking. So if you're not, oh, come on, that's got it. For some reason, I didn't want to go there. But yeah, if you're like a traditionally sort of educated doctor and somebody says to you, I'm doing low carb, high fat, it's possible they may have alarm bells ringing in their head because you said the word high fat, and they just kind of it might skew their view of the results. So like I say, I didn't say anything about that, and like I say, I got this completely unbiased opinion that basically said keep doing what you're doing, because obviously you're doing something right, because everything's in the green. A nice Porsche. See, now on a day like today, he's got his roof off. On a day like today, there's nothing better than driving through the Cotswold village in an open top roadster like a Porsche. Look at this beautiful village. I don't know where we are actually. I think I may have passed a sign back there, but I don't recall registering it in my head. So, but this is very, very quaint. Look at it. Tea rooms. Oh, rooms available. Village pub. There we go. Oh, look at these beautiful colours. You can't. Oh, can you see them? Yeah, you can. You're down a little bit lower than me. But yeah, this is. Oh, if I can get up high and take some pictures, I think we should have some really nice views. So there we go. That is my little video on low carb, high fat what it's doing for me at the moment, and my opinions on it. Lots of people have asked me about low carb, high fat, and how they can do it. There is loads of information out there on the web. Do bear in mind, there is a science behind it, and there is a right and a wrong way of doing it. If you do it the wrong way, it can be dangerous, in so much as you will end up eating the worst possible combination of foods that can really do you some damage. So you do have to kind of read up on it and do it correctly if you want to do it safely. Essentially, the safety thing behind it is, if you are doing high fat, you must not ever go high on your carbohydrates, your sugars, because if you do, you're going to be in trouble, because your body is going to ignore the fat and it's going to go straight over to eating the sugars. And then you're basically eating the worst possible diet on the planet. So what you need to do is, as long as you're getting your energy from fats, you must not have the carbohydrates. Now, it does restrict your foods down to basically cheese, meat. You can have pretty much as much salad as you want. You can have kind of cool things like mayonnaise and lots of butter and cream and eggs and things like that. So it's basically eating pretty much what our grandparents, I guess, used to eat. So in that respect, it's nice, because it fills you up. It makes you feel really satiated, and it's rare that you're hungry. Whereas I would be, when I'm eating grains, like I've been doing this last week, I would be constantly hungry. I'd just constantly be reaching for a bit of toast or just I want to nibble all the time. But when I go back to low carb, I'm just not hungry, because you're having like higher protein, higher fats, and those are the things that fill you up. And I'm just genuinely just not that bothered about food. I can go like a whole day and not have food and not even think twice about it. So it's pretty good. So there we go. That was my little video on high carb, low fat. I hope it was useful to someone. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.